Yeah. Any news or anything you want to chat about before we get started on the first video?
So I have seen a lot of headlines and read parts of articles and blog posts, LinkedIn posts about ChatGPT. I kind of generally know about it. And of course, whenever any kind of new technology pops up, it's always going to take over the world and kill jobs. So I've seen both of those things about ChatGPT. I've seen all student essays will now be fake and written by AI and blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to talk about it for a few minutes, just see what you know about it.
Oh, that would be fun. So yeah, you also been hearing all the doom and gloom. Like people are really kind of laying it on thick. I don't think it's completely hogwash. Like obviously people will use it for stuff, use it for things. Um, like I feel like one way that company can make money is like watermarks in it. That's probably all I thought of. There'll be like watermarks in it, so that way schools, universities can scan the text you put and look for patterns.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I've researched it from a technical standpoint a lot. I've definitely played with it. What's up, Craftsman? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I've definitely I know people who've used it. I've played with it. I'll be honest, my first reaction with those kind of tools is to break it because I think I know how it works or I want to know how weak it is.
Right.
So and I did. So just take this with a grain of salt because I changed my mind completely afterwards, right? But at first I'm like, oh, let's see, well, I'm gonna try to break it. And right off the bat, I couldn't answer my questions because I was deliberately asking questions to break it. So the first 30 seconds of me dealing with it, I was like, whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, okay. But no, once you really start talking to it, like it's impressive. Like I ended up having a lot of fun with it. A couple of my kids got involved. My oldest joined me, and we were getting really excited. So we're both banging away at it. We kind of made it mad, broke it a few more times because we were really testing it. But by that point, I was enamored, I think is the right word. I don't know. I was just like in love with it. I was like, this is really cool. No, it's not taking over the world. Skynet is. If that's Skynet, we're fine. It's the Terminators show up and talk us to death. But it was a lot of fun. What impressed me was the fact that it really does. It's supposed to be a conversational AI, and it really is. All I saw before I started playing with it was people like, see, it wrote code, see, it wrote this, but once it's kind of when I talk to you, after I get a few things across to you, you kind of know what I want to talk about, and you're able to talk to me. That's what it did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
I told it, hey, I want to make some magic cards because that's something we were doing that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you help me? And he goes, sure. And it asked me something, a prompt. And I'm like, yeah, it should just, I'll make me a magic card and I want to theme it with, and then I gave it something. And it knew what magic cards were. Do you know what magic cards are?
I can't, no. You've described them to me because I know your family uses them, but I don't remember much about magic cards.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering, it's a card game. It's great. A huge amount of people in my household play it. It's fun. There's some behind me right here, right there. How do I do this?
Okay.
Right? Can I do that? Oh, that's not bad. I'm doing pretty good there. Those are magic cards. Just more than that, right? These boxes over here. Can I do it? Oh, I'm on a roll. Those are magic cards too. And there's more all over the place. So yeah, we're really into it. But it just knew what I was talking about. And then I said, but I want to theme them with, and I named a different game. And it knew what I was talking about. And then it literally just like made up characters for the game. It all flowed together. And I'm like,
interesting.
This is kind of really cool. Yeah, and I did other things. Like I said, hey, I want to play D&D later. Can you think of a good game? And it wrote up like, okay, this is what you should do, and this is the environment. This is why your group's band together. And like, I'm like,
oh, interesting.
Next thing I know, I'm just chatting with this thing. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was very creative. I think if it was verbal, if I could activate, a Siri or Alexa, cancel. If I can activate that stuff and just talk to it, I'd be willing to pay for it. It helps me think all the time.
Interesting.
I would 100%. So
I should play around with it. I would ask it all kinds of things about college football to start with, maybe.
You should say, okay, give me 2 players you really like right now in college football.
That would be
Lee. Tell me.
Oh, you want me to? Oh,
yeah. Tell me.
College football. Good Lord! I immediately went to people that aren't even college players. We'll just use them: Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield.
Kyler
Murray and Baker Mayfield.
So you say, hey, I want to chat with you about college football. What do you think about these 2 people? And then let's see what it says. And then say, well, can you compare them? Why should I pick one over the other? If they were aboard a Federation starship, what role will they play in the ship? And be shocked that the answer almost makes sense.
That's pretty funny.
It's fun.
I should try it out. I would probably.
Craftsman says, guys at work were giving crazy topics. They told her to write a story about a software developer who became a pope, and it was hilarious. Yeah, we're having fun with it.
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting career choice.
Yeah. Well, it's surprising people switch careers and whatnot. I think it has some definite opportunities to help people. Like, I think it'll help me. I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, but I take it back. I have. I've needed help wording a few things for a project I was doing, and I asked it for help. And I said, okay, no, make it more concise. No, that's too passive. And then it'll adjust things. Talk about this more, and it'll really help. And I end up not using most of the words.
Oh, okay.
But as a rubber ducky, it really helps.
It helps you think through what you should put down, even if you don't use the words it gives you. Okay.
Yes, that's my use case, and I love it, which is why I would be willing to pay for a voice-activated version of it. If someone just made an app that was legitimate and legal and not making anyone mad, that just piped to it, I'd talk to it because it remembers previous conversations. If I logged into it right now, it'd have a couple different, I'm going to call them tabs, but the conversation's up. So I can go back to the one that I use for, what flavor text is on a card. It's like a little snippet, a quote that adds flavor to what you're making.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I have an entire chat just for help making those. And I go back to it and it knows all the stuff from my past. So I don't have to start that conversation over. Just like if you walked up to me and remember when we were talking about college football the other day, and I'll say no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it's interesting. It's exciting. It learns. It pays attention to what you're asking for. It figures you out a little bit. I don't think it's doomy and gloomy. It will make, like any new technology, it'll make some things a little bit more complicated. You can no longer say you must be good at you must be good at writing a paper, put a blank piece of paper in front of you, write it all. Because some people like me need a little help, and it'll give me a little help. I'm not plagiarizing, so I'm not worried about it. But
right, interesting. All right, I'll have to try it out sometime.
Yeah, play with it for sure. You might have to. I think you have to make an account, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hey, I need a SQL statement that does X, Y, and Z. I haven't tried that. I'm going to.